So we know what the problems it solves. We know what it is. Now, what are the challenges and pitfalls that to slot selling that you have seen?
Yes, well, once a builder understands the concept behind slot selling and they decide to implement it, one of the biggest challenges that they will typically face is one of discipline, and that is sticking to your plan, sticking to your slots, because we can all get a little bit excited over sales, and we may think we're going to bring a slot forward to make this client happy. Maybe they won't sign if I stick to my guns and I can't start their job for 3 months and they want it started straight away. Maybe I'll just pull that forward. Maybe it won't matter too much because I'm still going to do the same number of jobs. Or maybe they fill their allocation. They think, well, I'll just do an extra one. That will be fine. But the problem when you do that is you lose integrity. You lose respect from your marketplace. So it's a very, very dangerous game to play. I'd say the biggest challenge is to be very disciplined and stick to your guns, regardless, and don't make any assumptions in your head about whether someone will wait or not. Explain the situation to them, and you will demonstrate professionalism and integrity. And of course, the pitfalls are not sticking to your guns and actually saying, yes, I can do that. The consumer will know in the background that you've previously told them one thing. Now you're buckling very quickly. Mm-hmm. That can then lead to procrastination. It can backfire spectacularly. And maybe you won't just lose that deal. They're going to tell other people as well. They had a bad feeling. Maybe they couldn't put their finger on it, but something wasn't quite right. So, in terms of the in terms of implementing this, you must stick to your guns. You have to be disciplined.
So, Russ, the challenges, and the whole reason we're talking about slot selling today is, I mean, my contention is that it's easier than ever now to implement slot selling because market forces has forced us to do that. I mean, we have supply chain issues. We have a dramatic shortage of labor. Everything is taking longer. And so every builder that I know, regardless of their size, of what they did in 2020 or 2021, is really looking at this year, perhaps even in 2023, is that the challenges of trying to do more units than they did the previous year are astronomical. And it seems like supply chain things, it's like every day it's something new. Labor, it's getting more and more difficult to find that. So I can see, though, that you have all these leads coming in and this demand. And as a builder, I want to say yes. So I'm trying to stay disciplined, saying, well, I can only do this much. But is there a way or any advice you would give to a builder that does want to try to grow down the road? Like, if you know that you're saying, you said, I'm going to do X amount of slots each month for this year, when do you get to a point where you can say, I'm going to increase that by 1 or 2 slots and grow with that particular form of selling?
Yeah, well, that is all part of your annual planning, which can be revised quarterly as well, but as long as it's planned in advance. But typically, you would do it once a year. You would look at the year ahead. And if you've got a 3 or a 5-year growth plan, then obviously your revenue will be increasing by whatever you plan to grow by, whether that's 20 or 30% a year. And once you've done that, you then set your construction slots to support those budgets that you forecast. So naturally your construction slots go up. But the beauty of planning them in advance is the spacing. And this is critical because when we take on, we get a lot of jobs signing on. We end up with these bulges going through the construction funnel, and that is just simply inefficient. A builder that does 12 homes a year that might be faced with 5 homes at handover within a 3-week period, that's a disaster because it just leads to inefficiency, a strain on their resources, and a poor client experience, which can hurt them for years to come. By balancing out their start dates, they effectively balance out all stages of the construction funnel, which means They can use their preferred subcontractors all the way through. But it also means one of the most labor intensive parts of the whole construction process, internally at least, is that handover process. It means they're not going to be stretched, which means they can deliver probably one of the most important steps for a builder, and that is an exceptional professional handover to the client.